Oh, did you see that? I sent you that the other day.
What's that? Oh, yeah, phobes. Phobes, yeah?
Yeah.
Men's.
Yeah.
Mad thing. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm actually sick. Yeah, so this is why there's no vlog today. So we went to do a sit-down video. The past few days I've just been in bed.
Yeah, he's been drinking lemon, ginger and honey.
I actually have lemon, ginger, honey here. Hey, you hold that because I feel like my voice is louder than yours. So this is actually lemon,
Remember
ginger.
we put it on the pillow the last time and it worked?
Yeah.
In the middle? Will we not do that?
Yeah, we can do that. What's the title of this video?
How to have a successful marriage. Tips
to a successful marriage.
Our tips.
Yeah,
our tips.
So these actually work for us. Nowadays we have a lot of people who get married very young and then within 3-4 months or even a year they get divorced.
Because they go into the marriage thinking it's just all fun.
Yeah, they they go into the marriage thinking it's gonna be like a little movie.
I'm getting married for the aesthetic.
They think it's gonna be a movie, do you get me? Like as in like they think it's gonna be all romance, love, blah blah blah. But in reality it's two people coming together and
two imperfect
people trying to figure it out, man. Do we have a successful marriage? Well, we've been married 2 years and a half, so far we are successful. You like that one, yeah?
Look at all these tissues. He's knuckle touching me with a tissue.
As long as you're still married, that means you have a successful marriage.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, as long as you're happy in the marriage, I should rephrase that. As long as you're happy in the marriage, then you have a successful marriage. So I'd like to think that we are happy, and I'd like to think that we will stay happy with the rules that we have. Rule numero uno. Always tell the truth.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very important in a marriage to be truthful, no matter how hard the truth is.
Because trust in it.
Truthhood is actually a very bad thing, but falsehood is even worse. So let's say, for example, I can hurt you with the truth, but with the false, it makes you build on stuff that's fake. So being truthful and being true to yourself, no matter what it is, whatever it is that you need to tell your spouse, it may be hard, whether it's, oh, listen, you've put on weight, do you get me? And to be honest, look, there's a lot of people that look at, oh yeah, telling your spouse you put on weight is a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. You know what I mean?
It's not a bad thing, it's the deliverance.
Yeah, it's the way you deliver it.
Because you can either be like, oh, you're fatso.
Like you're a fat cat. Yeah. Or
you can either be like, oh, you're so fat.
Your mama's so fat.
You can say something like that. Or you can be like, oh, let's eat healthy together. Let's like train. Just say it straight up to them.
Yeah, innit? I agree.
No, I don't mean like that, but I mean, you don't have to.
So
you're going to say a fat cow. She's literally not a married person.
I agree that sometimes. I agree.
She's not a married person, and who's going to call her fat?
She's getting prepared to tell her future.
No, what I mean is, no, Ahmed, there is a deliverance in it, because you can either be like, oh, you're so fat, and blah blah blah, and keep calling them fat, or you
definitely don't say, oh, you're so fat. You definitely don't go that route. But you can say, listen, Ahmed. You can turn around to me and say, listen, Ahmed, you've put on weight.
Yeah.
You should go to the gym.
Yeah.
Is there an issue with that?
No.
It's very direct, because I can turn around, or you can turn around to me and say to me, Ahmed, let's train. Let's eat healthy.
No, but that's not how I mean it. I mean,
let's
like
eat healthy. But then what I'll start doing is I'll eat healthy at home, but I'll eat KFC behind your back.
So yeah.
That's me.
But that's not what I mean. I mean, like, as in, like, you can say you've put on some weight. That's what I'm saying. Let's eat healthy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying, like, obviously you have to say, like, yeah, you've put the weight on, like.
Okay, but what you're saying is don't be a about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be, rephrase that, don't be rude.
Yeah, okay, what you're saying is don't be rude about it.
Yeah. Discuss feelings.
Discuss feelings?
Yeah.
Is there something you'd like to tell me about how you're feeling?
No, but I mean, like, discuss feelings, like, and then, like, when you do discuss feelings, that your feelings are valid, like, that you don't.
Yeah. So then when something does happen, it's not a big...
Yeah.
It's not a big volcano, it's more like, listen, Ahmed, I don't like you dropping your clothes everywhere. Please pick up your clothes. Rather than it keeps happening, and then there's a disagreement about something, and then bang, there's a big volcano. Oh yeah, you done this, and you done that, and you done that, and that time you threw your clothes here, and that other time I told you to you don't put your cups away. So express how you feel.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a very, very important thing, because in a lot of scenarios people just
let it build up and then they explode. It doesn't matter how small the thing feels to you, it could feel bigger for the other opposite person, you know. If I say something and you're like, oh, it's not that deep.
Yeah, don't disregard feelings.
That's what I said, yeah. If you're like, oh, that's not that deep, but then it could be deep for the other person. It doesn't matter how small you think it is.
By the way, sorry about my blocked nose, man. Man's just sick, fam. It's more important to notice that you're wrong than prove that you're right. So when you are wrong, be able to say, listen, I'm wrong. And that's it. It's finished. Rather than trying to prove that I am always right. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. But sometimes people think that they're...
Obviously, there's
right.
two sides. There's two sides of the story. There's also that aspect of like, listen, I admit I'm wrong. As in, like, let's say, yeah, me and you having a disagreement, but you're in a wrong for the way you reacted and I'm in the wrong for the way it started. I need to be like, okay, listen, I'm in the wrong for the way it started, and you need to say, listen, I'm in the wrong for the way it reacted, and there you go. It just fizzles out.
Rather than trying to prove the whole time.
Yeah. Because if you're always trying to prove and you're always like, oh, you done this, I done this, you done this, oh, it's never ending, and it's just going to continue on going.
Why did she say that?
Because she thinks that I don't admit that I'm wrong. But Louisa, don't I admit that I'm wrong?
Yeah.
I actually do, wallahi I do. Have someone there that you can go to who will judge it judgment free. You can also listen to.
Yeah, we don't have that. We don't really do that.
We have it with me, man.
Yeah, but we don't really even
we only use it when it's things got to do with religion.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So like whenever there's something got to do with religion and we disagree on opinions, we'll go to my mum and ask her and say, listen, what do you think? And then whatever my mum says, we agree on, and that's it. That's full stop. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I'll always be my mum's son, innit?
Help each other out.
Help each other out in what sense? Why not clean a bit, you know? If you have time, just pick up a little vacuum. Do what the other person likes. So if the other person likes you to help them with certain things, help them with that. For example, I like my food to be cooked.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean you like your food to be cooked?
And you do that for me.
Yeah, no, but what do you mean by that? Why? You hardly like it raw? Like, what do you mean?
As in, like, I like when someone makes me food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like food being cooked for me.
As well?
That's how you have to say it.
I like food being cooked for me.
Yeah, I like actually I do like food being cooked for me, but obviously you're not really good at that.
Yeah, we don't have the facility for that, but we'll work on that, inshallah.
Inshallah. And it doesn't even have to be cooked food, because my dad always would bring me like something. So it would be like,
it can be like a little cornflakes
or like
breakfast
or
she likes her oranges peeled.
Yeah. Because I won't eat them if they're not. And it's not even that. It's just, you know, the way you have to peel oranges proper long, and I never have long nails. So it just puts me off eating oranges. Because I don't have like long nails.
But you know, I peel oranges with not long nails.
I know, because you obviously like, you don't mind like getting your fingers into the orange and all. I don't like that. I'd rather like cut the orange and eat it like off the thing like that, if I was to have an orange.
Oh, okay. Beware of fitna. Oh, fitna, that one's a mad one, because that one I feel like is the biggest thing for being unhappy in a marriage.
So like other people's inputs that don't need to be in the marriage at all. So like protect your marriage from
outside problems, man. There's a lot of,
and not just outside opinions as well.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Because people can have opinions and.
For example, if Louisa went to her friends and her friends were giving her input about her texting me, telling me where she is and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I go home and I'm like, imagine like I'm.
Or like if I told Louisa, oh, listen, you're not allowed to go there, and then her friend puts in a comment and says, what? He's not letting you go there.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
But Louisa was okay with it from before. And obviously I'm not saying this for controlling, like not
by the way, this is just example, because we don't actually have, I wouldn't care what somebody else would say, because
Louisa doesn't have people around her that will comment on these things, and most times she does have friends who are around her that if she explains to them scenarios that happen, they'd actually agree, because they're wise, they're married, they're of knowledge.
Yeah, or even the other way around. Say like a guy, he's out with his friends, and then the wife texts us saying, where are you? And then he's like, oh yeah, my wife, like she's looking for me, whatever, blah blah blah. And then they're like, oh, you're bro, what? Like that's so weird. Why would your wife do that?
I don't have mates that would say that to me, because I'll just clatter them, innit? You get me?
No, but yeah, do you know what I mean? It's
But
like
I feel like it also depends on the person that you are. Also, I'm not gonna lie to you. It also depends on the person you are. Because if you allow people to comment on your marriage, that's just weird. Because me personally, I don't let anyone comment on my marriage. You cannot have an input on my marriage. Do you get me? You cannot have an input about how my wife does things for me or how I do things for my wife. I clean, yeah. And for some reason, a lot of people have something wrong with that. But I allow no one to chat shit about that. I clean. I enjoy cleaning. It's a type of therapy for me. Wallah, I actually find it as a type of therapy. When I like to restart, I don't like it when someone else cleans. I like it when I clean, so it just refreshes my mind. So yeah, beware of fitna, man. Make sure no one is getting involved in your marriage. No one is like out there putting in the input, because it's you and your spouse. It's not you and your spouse and your friends.
Yeah, or family. It's your opinions, and that's all that matters. Understand that's okay to disagree.
Yeah, 100%. There's two different opinions, two different people. You're going to disagree. And to be honest, I feel like disagreement is very healthy.
Yeah.
Because it changes the perspective. As in, like, if you're always around people who always agree with you, you as a character, as a person, you will never develop.
Yeah.
But if you're around people that will always question your ideas and always question, you'll always have a different perspective on life.
Yeah, because if you have just people that are just yes men, like they're just like yes,
yeah,
you just think like, oh, everything you do is like the right thing that is right, and like there's no room for improvement. Like you don't need to improve on anything because everything you do is right.
You end up being stagnant.
You're stuck. You stay in the same position.
Disagreements are normal. As in, like,
anything you can disagree on anything. For example, like
and disagreements are not arguments. So I can disagree with Louisa on something. It doesn't mean that me and her are an argument. Argument is something that continues on for like 10 days, 15 days. But a disagreement is something that, you should have done that, I should have done that. Okay, maybe you shouldn't have done that. Maybe it was my turn to do that. Do you get me?
Not even just like that. Even like small things like...
Islamic things.
Yeah, anything really.
A lot of times I see this on social media also, that people don't understand that there's different madhabs. And with these different madhabs, for example, I'll give you a very, very valid example, the knee. Certain madhabs and certain scholars have disagreed that this is a awrah. You have to realize that my point may be valid and her point may be valid. Get me? And that's just the reality of it.
Even like how you advise as well.
Learn to forgive.
Yeah, 100% in a marriage, you 100% have to be forgiven. You can't go around just holding a grudge the whole time.
Yeah,
like,
because
you wouldn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
There should be two people like just...
at war with each other, man.
Yeah.
And if you're unable to forgive as an individual, you have to remember, we're all human beings and we will all make mistakes. So if you're unable to forgive, maybe you shouldn't enter into a marriage until you are able to forgive. If you're unable to forget about grudges and stuff like that, I'm not telling you to forget about grudges altogether, okay, even though that's the best way and that's the most peaceful way to live your life. As a human being, you'll have differences with people, and there's some people that have done you wrong that you may never forgive, and on the day of judgment you will get your haqq. That's just the reality of it. However, when it comes to your spouse, this and your family also, this is a very, very delicate circle of people. You need to learn to forgive and forget.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or you're going to live a very, very lonely life.
Listen to your husband. His Islamic right over you. You listen to things unless it goes against the deen. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But obviously also you can also have a difference of opinion on things as well. If what he's telling you to do doesn't go against anything and doesn't harm anything, then you just listen, innit?
Listen to your wife.
Listen to your husband. So obviously that's an important thing because it's your husband's Islamic right over you, for him to be listened to. I also think it's very important because the man is the leader, and obviously we lead from behind, innit?
In every team you have a captain. In every single work yoke you have a team lead. Airplane you have a pilot and a co-pilot. The wife's a co-pilot. Obviously if the pilot is not fit enough to lead, the co-pilot will come. It's not a matter of like, oh yeah, I'm the boss, didn't know. So then we have structure in the marriage. Yeah,
so the structure in the marriage, you have to run everything by each other because like that's how it works.
Why are you laughing?
Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Because obviously, right, say I said, can I go here? And you said no, then I'm just like, okay.
Yeah,
it doesn't really happen. Like
that doesn't happen. And let's say, for example, if you didn't want me to go somewhere, I'll just say, okay, I won't go.
Yeah, but like...
It's very simple.
Thing is, I don't do things that I'm not meant to do, so...
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
How do I explain what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say, like, listen to your husband.
Yeah, just listen to your husband, bro. And also listen to your wife.
Because actually, there is a lot of people these days that they think like, oh, yeah... they're very modernized. How like the family is structured in Islam. If you follow it, you're gonna have a successful.
Yeah, you will have a successful marriage. And I guarantee you, if you don't follow it, you won't have a successful marriage.
Exactly.
Okay? The Deen has
obviously like
outlined marriage for us perfectly.
So people don't understand. Like obviously, if you ask for permission to go somewhere,
it's not deep.
It's not deep for asking permission to go somewhere.
And it's also nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, it's also nice for you to ask your husband, "Can you go somewhere?" Because you show him, listen, that you're the boss.
Yeah, and
even if I came to you and I said to you, "Listen, do you mind if I go somewhere?" I don't think you care. It's not deep. I'm not gonna deep it.
Yeah,
what the hell?
Yeah, it's not like I say, "Oh my God, I have to go ask my husband, can I go do that?" No, it's just natural. So I would just say, "Oh, can I go do that?" And it's not, and I don't expect you to say no either. It's more like letting the other person know, letting them know, unless there's a valid reason behind.
Okay, listen, we break it down, because a lot of people, like to some people, they're gonna turn around, because I remember in the past, people turned around and said, "Oh yeah, but what if the husband's toxic?" If the husband's toxic, you shouldn't be married to someone who's toxic. That's bottom line, full stop. If you have a pilot who's intoxicated, who's drunk, he wouldn't be flying the plane. He shouldn't be flying the plane. And this is where you don't listen to him. 99% of the time, we all live in normal households. We all live, not all men are trash. There's so much coverage on men are trash. Don't listen to a man. Men are so abusive. Men this, men that. Women are this, women are that. That breaks down the family. Do you get me? As in, like, if you start believing all that stuff about men, and I start believing all this stuff about women, how we ever gonna coexist? Yeah. What's literally gonna happen is you're gonna be a baby mama, I'll be a baby baba, and that's just...
Yeah, but no, honestly,
obviously we're Muslim, but I'm just talking to you about in general.
Because if people obviously find that weird, like, it's not even like that, because if I was to just go out down to the thing, you wouldn't care. Like, I would say to you, "Oh, Ahmed, I'm going down."
Yeah. And if I said no,
then I was like, "Okay, no problem," like whatever.
Yeah, and if you said to me no, I'd say, "Right, grand, yeah, what's up?" Shut up, I'm going.
Leave me alone. I'm gonna do what I want, alright? You're not my dad. No, do you get me? Like, that's just weird.
You also need to go out of your way just to do things for the other person.
Yeah.
So, say for example, I do things for you, you do things for me. If there's something that I really want, like a PS5 that I've been waiting 2 years for, I still haven't got.
That's not fair. You know why that's not fair?
Why?
Because I was getting that for you and you told me not to do it. So don't even chat to me. So what, am I not to listen to you now?
You're not allowed to get it from me.
So what are you talking about then?
I'm only messing.
Because that's not fair.
Or Dyson Airwrap.
Because I actually was getting you that, and you told me no, you better, and you swore to not get it. So what do you want?
When was this?
A while ago.
Well, you should get it in fast. I'll fast. No, I'm only joking. Anyways,
and you also told me not to get it because you'll just be addicted to it and you won't get off it.
Yeah, you should listen to me. You should listen to me, but I should waffle a bit.
Okay, we're grand.
Anyways, so just go out of your way to do things for your second half. For example, like even small things, man, like like cake here, like you come home, a bit of flowers. It's so it's so simple, bro, but the other person will appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
For example, like Louisa really appreciates flowers. I really appreciate when Louisa listens to me. Like if I say to Louisa, "Listen, can you do this please?" and she does it, I really appreciate it. And that's what I want. I personally don't care about surprises and stuff like that. Just letting you, just about the PS5, the comment about the PS5. Just in case you feel like...
Oh, just in case... Here, I actually get you things just in case people don't think like I actually don't buy you things or something, because I do.
When did you get me things?
Are you messing?
I'm not messing. I don't remember.
Violation.
That's very rude of you.
I'm joking. I'm like messing.
I do.
I'm winding you up. I remember you got me the runners, you got me other runners, you get me clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking with you. You come home with loads of clothes for me. I'm only messing. Relax. I'm joking.
Do I have to start recording myself buying them for you now?
Listen, if you don't record it and don't put it on social media, don't count.
Quality time, dates, that kind of thing.
Oh, very, very important. Quality time, dates. I know, like, for example, us, we have a little sister-in-law that always likes to get involved in our stuff.
When is she involved?
What did I do?
She's not even listening.
She's not listening, man.
I don't get involved in your business.
You do, sometimes you do, sometimes you do. No, I'm only messing. Have quality time. Even if you have kids, try and do your best to have quality times. Put the kids away, blah, blah, blah.
Put the kids away, like, that's not, you put the kids away.
Yeah, like put them to bed and then
Yeah.
you can have dinner in
Yeah.
the sitting room. Like, it doesn't matter. You can watch a movie
Yeah,
together.
by the
Even
way, a
simple
date
things.
doesn't have to be like something
Yeah,
extravagant.
you don't have to
We
go
can
out
anything.
for a date.
Yeah.
It can even be like a gaming date.
Yeah.
As in, like, we can buy a PS5. We can buy a PS5 and just play games with you.
Yeah.
But I'm joking about the PS5. I'm only messing. I actually don't want one. I'm too old for that.
Keep mentioning it. It looks like you really want it.
Be thankful for what your spouse does for you. Look at the positive rather than negative. We all have positives and we all have negatives.
Yeah.
That's regardless. I have bad traits, she has bad traits. But if we all focus on the good traits, you can get somewhere. Even this is in life altogether. As in, like, the audio went on the last part of the video. Thank you all for watching. I hope everyone learned something from this. If you learned something from this, just smash the like button, subscribe and comment. See you on the next one, inshallah. We're still sick, by the way.